Blessings in the name of Yahushua. I come here to give you a quick little testimony of something that happened to me when I was 7 years old. I was raised on a ranch in Oklahoma and didn't have a lot of friends. All my brothers and sisters had left home, so I was there pretty well alone with Mom and Dad. My dad was a backslidden minister, so there wasn't much talk about God. So I had a friend that invited me to go to church with her and her family, and I did, and it was a little Methodist church, and I come to know Jesus. Now that I know his full name in Hebrew is Yahushua, but I come to know him. But what happened just a couple of months after that was beyond my imagination. One night as I was laying in bed, looking out the window facing east, I looked into the sky and seen all the beautiful stars. And at 7 years old, I thought, that's awesome. They just seem so close to the earth tonight. It's just like, I even reached out my hand and thought, I could touch him. I could touch him. And then all of a sudden I heard this voice say, Barbara, are you awake? And as a 7-year-old child that hadn't read the Bible really at that time, didn't know the word, I become frightened and I didn't say anything. And then again, once the voice came and said, Barbara, are you awake? I covered up my head and still didn't say anything. And then again, the voice came and said, Barbara, are you awake? That's when I become frightened, and I began to holler for my mom and dad. And usually if I had a nightmare or something, Daddy would come and get me and put me in the bed between him and Mom. But that's not the way it happened that night. He said, come on in here where we're at. And I got up and started in, and I was afraid to open my eyes. I could feel a presence in the room, but in my child mind, I didn't understand, so I was afraid, and I kept my eyes closed. And as I kept my eyes closed, I walked over to go out the bedroom door and to the dining room, and I could feel a hand take a hold of me and lead me all the way through the dining room, past the tables and chairs, through the front room, which had a big wood stove there that I could have fell over, but guided me right around it, right into my mom and dad's bedroom. Dad fixed me a pallet on the floor by the bed, and as I was laying there with my hands across my chest trying to reason what in the world was going on, I could see this figure walk from behind me through the wall, and he come up and he stood on my left-hand side. And I felt his garment across my arm. I come to know him as Jesus. He told me who he was and that he was there to tell me that I had been called by name Barbara before the foundation of the world. That he knew me before I even entered my mother's womb. He knew me when I was in my mother's womb. He called me forth by name for these last days. He said, I have chosen you to be my last day prophet. I didn't fully understand at 7 years old what that would mean. And as I asked my daddy, they just kind of cast it off to the side. But as the years have passed, I have come to know and understand who Yeshua is. And it is the last day message. Yeshua is the Son of God. And he is coming back to earth soon. He's coming back for the people that he has called and chosen forth. And he is calling forth right now to prepare our hearts. For we are the bride that he called forth. When he sat down there at that Last Supper with his disciples, and he drank, he broke the bread, which was his body, and he poured the drink, the wine, into the cup, and he gave it to the disciples. It was a marriageal proposal, a betrothal to his bride. I will take care of you. I will be the one. I have betrothed myself to you, and I will come after you one day. In 2001, I heard a trumpet that shook this house. I seen a vortex over in the eastern sky. He let me know that I had to study about the old Jewish wedding, and that his principles was set forth way, way before this earth was ever created and founded. Yeshua has called us. Do not mistake who he is. Do not mistake that he is the Son of God, that he was sent here on this earth to redeem us and to bring us forth. And we are in the last days. The signs of this earth, the signs that are going on in this earth, is telling us that we are in the last days, that he is coming for his bride, that he is coming back to this earth, and that if we don't have our hearts straight with him and doing what he wants us to do, we will be left behind. The whole church isn't going to go as they teach. It's going to be this bride, because they refuse to accept who Yeshua truly is, the Son of the Most High God. He come to redeem us and to bring us forth. He is the Son of the Almighty Yahweh. Hear who his name is. I will be praying to bring what he wants me to bring. Bless you in the name of Yeshua. I put forth my hand. Bring healing and deliverance to these people. Bring the revelation, Yeshua, of who you truly are and what you are really about. Bring healing to the sick and the dying. Bring healing in the name of Yeshua. Amen.